Alright, hey guys, so right in front of me is a red fox. He's actually walking away. I'm gonna be stalking this thing. This came out of nowhere, man. Distance with this fox. Right there. In the shadow area, so first time ever to get a fox. I don't want to get any attention as people driving by. Man, I left my stuff up there. So he's hiding out. I gotta get my stuff back. That was crazy, man. Red fox just came out of nowhere. I'm gonna tell you why I got close. Usually that happens when people feed them, which you're not supposed to do. But people don't think about stuff like that. Because foxes have rabies and stuff like that. People don't think about that. A fox doesn't need help finding food. It's perfectly built for that. But I thought I was in Twilight Zone for a minute. Like, wait a minute, it's a dream? This fox walking up to me. But man, whew, it's hot out here. I'm glad I got some fox pictures. Oh, I got some people coming now, so I'm glad I came back on time. That fox, I might stalk it again, because I know where it's at. I might have to like walk around and see if I can spot him again. I'll let you guys know what else I get. So man, I had a great time photographing the red fox. So basically I was out looking for vultures in my typical spot, and I saw like a medium-sized canine in the distance, and I thought it was someone's dog. It's like, oh man, I need to get that dog on a leash. That's how I was thinking. I think it's someone's dog. And I noticed this small medium-sized canine was walking towards me. And I'm like, okay, this is when it is interesting. And this was like during midday, so I was like shocked. You know, this small thing coming towards me. As it inched closer and closer, foot by foot, I know this is a red fox. This is a red fox coming my way. And it kept walking towards me. I knew it was hunting because it was looking in the... So the part of the park I was at, I was in open field habitat and nothing but fields. So as it walked towards me, it would stop and look in the field. I knew it was looking for food. So as it stopped looking at the field, it walked towards me more. And this was like, I don't know like how far away it was until it got really close to me. It got so close to me, it was like, I would say it had to be at least 10 to 15, I would say 15 feet away from me. And that's super close, guys. 15 feet away from me. And it was just staring at me. Like, I knew like something was off with the red fox, because usually animals as big or as small as a fox don't just walk up to people. And when they do that, that means that people have been habitually feeding them. Okay, that's not normal fox behavior for just a fox to walk up to somebody and just begging for food. I knew that's what he was trying to do. It's like, oh, okay, people in the park most likely feed the fox food. You're not supposed to do that. I caution people to not feed any wild animals in parks. This is why people have been attacked by bears and stuff like that, because people have been feeding them. Like, a bear doesn't need help finding food. A bear can sniff out food over 2 miles away. And that perfectly proves my point. A bear does not need help finding food. Same with a fox. A fox is perfectly built to find its own food. So please don't feed any wild animals, people, especially watching this video. So this image here, I actually got the back of the fox. It was like walking away from me at that point. The reason it did that at this point is at the time I had my manual 500-meter lens on. This is we seeing the back of the fox right now. This was when I switched to my 75 to 300-meter lens. So I had to like, I didn't move a lot fast. I moved very slowly when this fox was walking towards me, because I was like, I didn't know what to do. So the moment it saw me, squat down so I could change my lens, it started to walk back towards where it came from. And it looked like it was starting hunting. So when I got my lens back on, I filmed myself, and I just snapped pictures of it hunting, walking away from me. And it was an amazing experience, man. I learned a lot from observing and reading animals' behavior. And from this experience, I definitely consider the red fox to be my animal totem, my power animal. Because this is the first animal to ever just walk up to me like that. This had never happened in my life, period. So this is an amazing experience. And I'm glad I captured myself photographing the fox. Because I don't know when I'm going to see the fox again. I mean, I might see it again. I'm not saying I might not ever see it, but it might not be like the same experience I had this time. So you definitely want to take advantage of opportunities like that. So the fox, I was like super close to this fox, even when it was walking away from me. Like as close as 10 feet or less. And I think you kind of see that in the video I posted previously, before I posted these pictures, and you see how close I was to this fox as I was stalking it closer and closer. You know, it was an exhilarating moment for me. I've dreamed of getting fox pictures. I've been trying to get fox pictures for years. And this is not the first time I got like a close encounter with a red fox. There have been times I saw a fox so close that I can almost touch it. It was sleeping, and it was outside, and I was stalking as close as I could. At that moment, I could have just photographed it, but for some reason, I just wanted to get closer, even though I was at a perfect distance of photographing it. But this is not the first time, guys. I have many fox stories, close encounters. But for some reason, I just never got the picture, either because I didn't have the right lens on, my camera wasn't on, I didn't have my camera with me, or just that I wasn't in alignment with it. The timing just wasn't right. But I was just so close to it. I just wasn't able to photograph it. But today, that day changed. Today was in my favor, and I snapped those pictures. It was like one of the best days. Hey guys, so that was a crazy experience I just had. The red foxes just came out of nowhere. Came right up to me. I'd say like more than 10 feet away from me. And I thought that was a dream. Like, is this for real? So yeah, foxes usually do that when people feed them. So a lot of people here probably do feed the red fox. That's why he wasn't scared to come up towards me. And I was standing up. So that was weird. But when people happily feed the fox get used to that and it has no fear of humans. Which is what we don't want. You never know, that fox might have rabies or it might be sick. It kind of looked like it's something goes wrong with it. Like this little, I don't look off about it, but at the moment I started taking pictures and following it, then it got a little more timid. Then it ran back into the forest. I got some gnarly shots of that red fox, man. That was my first time ever to get a red fox picture. But yeah, guys, I have to show you the pictures in the upcoming video. So I'll see you guys later. So this is one of my favorite images I took this day. So you typically do not see red foxes in midday. Just outright in the open like that. This whole situation with the red fox just stood out to me. Like it clearly wanted me to see it. It wanted me to acknowledge it. I definitely acknowledge it as I always considered it a lifelong companion. Because like I said, I have a lot of stories of red foxes. Close encounters. We just connect with each other so intimately over the years. And finally today I just got the opportunity to photograph it. So let me tell you, let me explain to you the typical behavior pattern. I typically don't see foxes during this time of day. Occasionally I do. And it's not uncommon to see them during the day. It's usually uncommon to see them during the day in areas where there's a lot of people. If people weren't here in the United States, or just a lot of people, period, coyotes and foxes, they were always common during the day. It's just when the European settlers came over and colonized, civilization and stuff like that, the foxes and coyotes, they were hunted mercilessly and stuff like that. They had to change their behavior pattern basically. When the coyotes and foxes used to be active during the day, they had to become active at night. So it's not because like it's rare to see foxes and coyotes during the day, just when there's a lot of people around or just a lot of people in the area, they're just gonna be hiding out. So knowing this, I mean people come to this park often. So just seeing this fox just walking like it owns the place in the middle of the day is just it stood out to me. It's like this stood out to me like a feather in a haystack, that type of thing. And this whole situation, I learned it kind of taught me to. It's almost like not boxing yourself in a box. You don't want to limit yourself to I can only do this at this time. It's like that type of thinking. You don't want to limit yourself to doing the same thing or doing this at the same time at this exact time frame every day. You want to definitely think outside the box and do things you typically don't do, especially if you have to. Um, I'm definitely gonna do a red fox animal totem in the future, because I have a strong passion for foxes, especially the animal totem. But but yeah, so this whole encounter taught me some lessons about the fox and just about how to approach life differently. Um, but yeah, so typically it's not rare to see them during the day. It's just uncommon to see them when there's a lot of people around. But yeah, because before, there were a lot of people in the U.S., the foxes and coyotes and wolves, they're always active during the day. And I had a hard time, like, getting that exposure right when I was photographing it. 'Cause it was a sunny day, of course, right? And some parts of his coat was extremely bright, and I just had to expose it the best of my abilities. Like you just have to take advantage of what you have, and just do the best you can. It may not be all the way perfect, but it's presentable. Like the images look presentable, and I did the best I could. But I will always treasure these images. I will treasure the experience, and now I can share with you guys. Like I'm glad I filmed myself photographing it, because that makes it even more meaningful. I will never forget this moment, and other people won't forget it either because they were like, "Oh, this is." I love the way the fox is squinting his eyes. Like I just love the expressions I captured of this fox. But I just had a feeling this fox knows who I am. It knows who I am basically, and it basically allowed me to tag along with it as it was walking away from me. You know, I purposely not try to scare it off, but I started to see more people, and I didn't want them to notice the fox. 'Cause I know there are the same people directly responsible for allowing it to get close to them because they've been feeding it. So I wanted to, you know, get the fox away from the area and kind of go somewhere else and not be noticed by. too many people. But yeah, this was an amazing experience. I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys. So whenever you guys do see a fox just walk up to you, just be mindful not to feed it, but also acknowledge that other people have been feeding it, and just let other people know not to, not to approach it if it is coming towards you. If you're not a photographer like me, definitely just walk away from it. Don't even chase it. I was just doing it just to get the pictures, and I'm glad I did. I hope you guys enjoy watching this Red Fox video, and I'm so thankful to be able to photograph and film the Red Fox. This is like one of my favorite videos by far. Like, comment, share, subscribe this video. Um, One of the best days in my wild photography years. And I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful day. I also have posted my Red Fox pictures on my website under the Mammals slideshow gallery section. So definitely check out the picture, buy your prints, and that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful day.